Hello everyone. Welcome to the Love and Dating podcast. I'm your host Niyuti Srivastav, and today we are going to dive into something that might sound a little counterintuitive when it comes to dating. But trust me, by the end of this episode, you will see why embracing it could change everything about your love life. I want you to imagine something for a second. What if the one thing you have always been afraid to show, the thing you have kept hidden, the thing that makes you feel vulnerable, was actually your superpower? What if it was the key to attracting the right person and building the kind of deep, lasting connection we all long for? Yes, I'm talking about vulnerability. We have been told that vulnerability is a weakness, right? That if you show too much of it, you will come across as needy, too soft, or not confident enough. But what if we have been getting it wrong all along? Before we go deeper into that, I want to take a moment to tell you about a powerful shift I have seen in dating. Not just in terms of how people connect with each other, but how they stay connected. Vulnerability is a game changer. And today, I'm going to walk you through why that is, how it can completely transform your dating experience, and why it could even be the secret sauce for lasting love. I'm not just talking about being open about your feelings. I'm talking about embracing who you really are, flaws and all. And once you do, trust me, you will start attracting the kind of person you have always wanted. I want to share a story with you that really hit me when I first started exploring vulnerability in dating. A friend of mine, let's call him Rajiv, had been single for quite some time. Let's call him Rajiv, had been single for quite some time. He was a good-looking guy, confident and well-established in his career. But there was a pattern in his relationships. Every time he met someone new, he would hold back emotionally. He would keep his guard up, hide his true feelings, and never really let the woman in. At first, Rajiv didn't understand why he was still single. He was doing everything right. He was on dating apps, going out, meeting new people. But the relationships just weren't sticking. It was as if he couldn't connect with anyone on a deeper level, even though he was attracted to them and they were to him. Then one day, Rajiv met someone who seemed different, someone who challenged him to be more honest and open about his emotions. At first, Rajiv resisted. He told me, if I open up too much, I might scare her away. I don't want to seem too needy or too emotional. But something clicked after a while. He realized that his fear of vulnerability was actually keeping him from building the kind of emotional connection he really wanted. Slowly, Rajiv started to let his guard down. He shared more about his past, his fears, and his dreams. He was real with her in ways he hadn't been with anyone before. And you know what happened? His relationship started to deepen. The more vulnerable he was, the more connected they became. They built trust, and before long, Rajiv found himself in a truly meaningful relationship. One where both he and his partner felt safe enough to be their true selves. Now, you might be thinking, that's great, but I don't know if I'm ready to open up like that. What if it makes me look weak or desperate? Here is the truth. Vulnerability is actually one of the most powerful tools you have for building real, lasting connections. And it's a tool that most men are afraid to use. It's not about being emotionally weak, it's about being emotionally brave. Let me break this down for you. When you show vulnerability, you're not just showing your flaws or weaknesses. You're also showing your authenticity, your real self. And that's incredibly attractive. Why? Because when you're vulnerable, you give the other person permission to do the same. Think about it. We are all human. We all have fears, insecurities, and experiences that have shaped us. But we are also all searching for someone who can understand us and accept us for who we are, flaws, imperfection, and all. Vulnerability creates a space where emotional intimacy can grow. When you hide behind a facade, you are essentially putting up walls. You're not letting anyone in, and no one can get close enough to truly understand you. But when you open up, you make yourself available for someone else to connect with the real you, not the image you have been projecting. Let me give you a little more context here. In dating, it's easy to fall into the trap of trying to impress someone. You might think you need to show off how successful you are, how independent, or how in control you can be. But that approach only works for so long. Eventually, the cracks start to show. The person you are dating will start to notice that you are not being entirely real. And if you're hiding parts of yourself, you're sending a signal that you're not completely comfortable in your own skin. That's a red flag, not just for the person you're dating, but for yourself too. On the flip side, when you're vulnerable, you're giving the other person a glimpse of your heart. You're showing that you are brave enough to share the things that make you unique. And when you do that, something magical happens. You create the space for a real connection to form. You'll build trust, intimacy, and respect in ways you never could by trying to be someone you're not. Now I know this isn't easy. It takes courage, but the rewards are beyond worth it. When you embrace your vulnerability, you will find that the connections you form are more meaningful, more lasting, and more fulfilling. So, what can you do to start embracing vulnerability in your own dating life? Here are a few steps to get you started. The first one is, be honest about your feelings. Don't hide your emotions. Whether it's something you're excited about or something that's bothering you, be honest. When you express yourself authentically, it invites others to do the same. The second one is, share your fears and insecurities. This doesn't mean you need to unload all your personal baggage on someone, but letting the person you're dating know what you're afraid of, whether it's fear of rejection or not being good enough, helps create emotional intimacy. The third one is, show up as yourself. You don't need to try to impress anyone, just be yourself. The right person will appreciate you for who you truly are, not who you are pretending to be. The fourth one is, embrace imperfection. We all have flaws. Embrace them. Vulnerability isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. When you accept your imperfections, you show others that they can do the same. I hope today's episode gave you some insight into why vulnerability is not something to hide from, but something to embrace. If you're ready to take things a step further and learn how to navigate the world of dating with confidence and authenticity, I've got something special for you. We are hosting a dating right workshop that dives deep into how you can use emotional intelligence and vulnerability to form stronger, more meaningful connections. This workshop is designed to help you transform your dating life. Whether you're looking for your next partner or just wanting to improve your approach to relationships. I would love for you to join me and take part in this exclusive workshop, or you can also book a one-to-one call with me. Sign up today through the links in the episode description and let's start unlocking your dating potential. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media handles and join our exclusive community with the links given in the episode description. And most importantly, share this episode with your friends who are looking to level up their dating life. Thank you so much for tuning into the Love and Dating podcast. I'm Niyoti Srivastav and I can't wait to see you in the workshop or one-to-one meeting. Remember, vulnerability isn't your weakness, it's your superpower. And by being vulnerable as well, you deserve the love. Happy dating, guys!